most gratifying to me is that this idea might have started with me, but it has obviously clearly been embraced by so many of you. And I am so appreciative of that, because I can only do so much as one person, but together we can really make a difference.
It's become an annual rite of winter. With the temperatures plunging, thousands of spinners on nearly 1,000 teams nationwide hop on indoor bikes to raise money in the fight against cancer. The founder of Cycle for Survival is Jennifer Goodman Linn. At age 33, she was diagnosed with sarcoma, a rare form of cancer. Linn became a patient at New York's world-renowned Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. But she also fought the disease in the spin studio, cycling to heal mind and body. Then one day she had an idea.
When I was diagnosed with cancer, I always had an idea for how do I give back to the doctors at Sloan Kettering who continue to save my life every day. And for me, cycling was a great therapy. So I met these great instructors through Equinox, and we were actually talking about how we could couple my passion for cycling with raising money for a great cause. And so that's how we developed it.
Really start to focus on your breathing. Get into your zone. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be hard.
What began modestly as a grassroots event in 2007 has evolved into one of the premier fundraisers in the nation, an all-day cycle-a-thon. The event's focus is to raise money for a wide variety of little-known cancers that don't receive sufficient attention or support. These rare cancers account for more than 35% of cancer-related deaths.
And the more we got into it, the more we realized there's some events out there for the most common cancer types, but there's really nothing for all of these less common, they call them orphan cancers, and they just don't get any of the attention and any of the funding that they desperately need.
What we learned in some rare diseases may be very applicable to very common diseases, so there's a lot of value in studying rare diseases.
Since its inception, Cycle for Survival has grown rapidly, raising more than $4.5 million. With attendees including seasoned spinners and complete novices, as well as dozens of cancer survivors from near and far, along with their friends and family members, everyone pumping the pedals for a worthy cause.
For someone like me who relies on some of those treatments, it means a whole lot to me, and I'm very inspired by the event.
Being part of Cycle for Survival is absolutely kept me going for the last 13 to 14 months.
Among the participants at Cycle for Survival, the doctors and nurses who continue to help save the lives of thousands of patients who've been stricken by one of many orphan cancers.
These sorts of funds gives us that crowbar to help vault us forward into the big leagues, basically, to help us do the quality of research that's necessary to compete with people working on more common cancers.
Cycle for Survival is the first event of its kind that's made orphan cancers its mission, and the press has taken note of the event's energy and impact. But of all the contributors to the event's success, none is more important than its most passionate corporate partner, Equinox.
Equinox became my second home when I started battling this disease, and to this day, they have really been an amazing community for me. Everyone from the cycling instructors to the trainers who motivate me and inspire me every day to keep giving.
Equinox is a very special company. We're committed to our members, them getting results, motivating, inspiring, and we just fit in perfectly with Cycle for Survival.
I had the best start of my life. I probably taught one of my best classes. I met amazing people, and I had one of the greatest days of this new year.
Just a few years ago, Cycle for Survival was just a what-if idea among friends, but today it transcends the personal battle of its founder. It's become a beacon among cancer research events, inspiring thousands of donors from around the country in the ongoing battle against many underfunded forms of an all-too-familiar disease.
Bad things happen to good people. People get cancer. How you deal with it is what matters. You've got to help diagnose it, treat it, and be an advocate and get out there and raise money. And we're going to get to the bottom of it.
I think this will be the premier event for orphan disease in the United States. That'll really be the direction of raising money for this. And it's all us. It's not the government. It's us together.
For thousands of people who had little or no hope, Cycle for Survival has finally given them reason to be hopeful. Their cancers are rare, but they have not been forgotten.
Cycle for Survival. Join me for